So, if you've ever painted any miniatures, you know how expensive it can be. So today I wanted to print out a bust to save myself a lot of money. So, painting miniatures can be a very expensive hobby, much like any other nerdy hobby you can think of. So, when it comes to painting, let's say a bust, a pretty large item, usually of just a head, maybe upper torso, it can get expensive. It can range anywhere from the 30, 40, 50, so you keep on going, who knows. It can get expensive. So I wanted to see, could the Prusa I3 handle printing out something of that quality? So what I did is I went and found on Thingiverse, it's The Bearded Yell by Ben Ansey. Excuse me, whoever you are, for butchering that name. But you can find the link of it below. So first, I printed it out at about, I scaled it up about 100%. And this is what I got. Not too shabby, right? It handled all the fine detail really well. I was also using this as an example of trying to work out exactly how well I can handle fine detail with supports. So I don't know if it'll show up here on the footage, but you can see right there at the bottom, it's just the it didn't handle that very well. Same with the back braid there. If the light will, I don't know if that'll show up, but yeah, it had difficulty for like the first 10 or so layers. And then after that, it picked up the detail really well. So then what I did is I went in, changed some settings around, and I upped it a little bit. I went up to 200% scale, and that's where we got this bad boy. Sorry, some of the not all of the support material has been removed. Well, let's just say I messed up the supports even more. And not only did these front two fail miserably, or the first two I showed you, I don't know if there's actual holes in them. Other parts that printed just fine the first go also broke. But eventually it kind of caught up. But I mean, ideally with this kind of model, you would actually want to cut it in half. If your slicer and mesh mixer, or however you want to handle that, cut it in half, lay it down on the build plate, just to minimize support needed. But I want to kind of do it as a stress test to see how the printer and the Poly Plus PLA from Polymaker, how it would handle them. And well, I mean, except for it didn't do those really fine detail points, but everything else, like these eyes, there was support material up in the eye sockets, holding up the hair, everywhere but the finest points on the support, it handled them like a champ. And I'm still going to go through, I'm going to clean this one up, kind of do a little modeling to fix these holes on the bottom, and I'm going to paint this bad boy up. This size of a bust would probably sell for like 60, 70 bucks if it were made out of resin or injection molded or, whatever method they decide to. But in total for this filament, this was like $7 maybe. And that's because I went pretty intense on the, I think I did 4 perimeters. No. I did 6 perimeters. And I was at 40% infill. So this thing is, I mean, it's not going anywhere. If it falls over, it's going to stay. So yeah, so here's kind of my little talk about printing out your own hobby stuff there. So All right, do you like what I do? Because if you do, go ahead down below, check out my sites. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon. While you're down there, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and if you want to get notifications about future videos, check that little bell icon down there as well. As always, you can find the links to what I talked about down below. If you want to see other videos of what I've done, check them out right over here. And thank you everyone for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. It really helps. I love doing this for you guys. So I guess I'll see you next time.